Welcome to Addy Vlogs. Today's video, it's gonna be new and fresh to any of the viewers who are already following our channel. This video, we're gonna show you how we stained our front door to give it a fresh and new look. And the best part, we didn't even remove it. Why we made this decision? When we looked at our front door, we felt like the sun and rain, it kind of left it looking dull and weathered. So we decided it was time for a DIY refresh. And if you're looking for a simple no-fuss guide, especially for staining a door where you do not have to remove your door, you are in the right video. So without any further ado, let's jump into what we did and how we brought our door back to life. The first thing we did was remove the metal grill from the peak window at the top of the door. You know, this is a barrier for us to sand around the window, so we decided to just remove it, and the nails were pretty easy to take, so we got it out of the way. And this helps us give better access for sanding and staining around that area. But we also have the decorative metal pieces that were nailed into the wood, but we decided not to remove them and just give it a try if we can actually sand around it using a sandpaper. Let's get to that. We kicked off the project by sanding the door using a power sander with 220 grit sandpaper, and wow, what a difference it made. Most of the door surface smoothed out beautifully, making it look refreshed already. But like with most DIYs, the tricky parts were the corners and the detailed areas around the decorative metal pieces. The machine couldn't reach those spots, so we got hands on and sanded them manually using the same grit. Safety first, we made sure to wear a mask throughout because sanding can create a surprising amount of fine dust, and it's always better to be cautious. One key thing we decided was not to sand all the way down to bare wood. Instead, we focused on just evening out the surface and especially tackling the rough patches that had been weathered by sun and rain. Our goal was to get the door ready for stain, not to make it look brand new, but to bring out its best while preserving its charm. The result? A perfectly prepped canvas for staining, full of character and ready for a new life. Keep watching to see how we transformed it next. After sanding, we took time to clean off all the dust from the door and the surrounding area. It is a small step, but it is super important before staining. We didn't want any leftover dust messing with the finish, so we made sure the surface was completely clean. To do this, we used a tack cloth at the end, and it worked great. Since it's slightly sticky, it picks up even the fine dust that regular cloths might miss. We gently wiped down the entire door, especially the edges and corners where the dust tends to hide. By the end, the door was clean, smooth, and ready to stain. Next, we started the staining process using a dark walnut stain, which gave the door a rich, warm tone we were aiming for. We followed the instructions on the can carefully to get the best result. As a key tip, we made sure to always apply the stain in the direction of the wood grain. This helps the finish look smooth and natural. Once the stain was applied evenly across the surface, we let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes to allow it to soak in. Then, using a clean cloth, we wiped off the excess stain, again following the wood grain for a clean, even look. After waiting a few hours, we went ahead and gave the door a second coat of stain just like we did the first time, making sure to follow the wood grain. Once we wiped off the excess, we let it dry again for a few hours. Then came the exciting part, applying the top coat. We had a few finish options, but we decided on a beautiful semi-gloss to give the door that perfect shine. Honestly, we are loving how it's turning out so far. For the top coat, we grabbed a white brush to easily cover the entire door and reach every corner smoothly. Applying the semi-gloss finish gave the door a beautiful subtle shine that really brings out the wood grain. After carefully brushing it on, we let it dry for a few hours before using the door again. And here it is, our final result. We are beyond excited and so happy with how it turned out. But we are not done yet. There is more. The grill that we have removed in the beginning of this video. Let us see what we did with that. We picked up some black spray paint to match the existing color of the grill and took it outside for a quick spray. It only took about 5 minutes to cover everything evenly. After letting it dry for a little while, we screwed the grill back onto the door, and just like that, door looks brand new again. We are super happy and excited to see it come back to life. And thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this project, don't forget to like and subscribe, and also stay tuned for more DIY updates.